Little J and Big J are taking charge of a program today. The Little J will be playing for us and Big J will be reading. She has a very interesting book to read. I'll wait until then. But before they get into the program, I would love you to please subscribe to our channel. We love reading with kids and we love opening the eyes of kids to books. And we just love books. I hope you love books with us. Subscribe to our channel, tell your friends about us, and come along and read with us. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Little J, and today I'm playing a song called Song of the Wind.
Thank you, Little J, for playing for us today. It's time for us to go and read, and today we'll be reading a very interesting story. It's something to do with the wind. What's the book about? The wind. What happened in the wind, on the sail of the wind? Can you remember? Oh, so we have to go to the reading corner now because she doesn't remember what happened. See you then. Bye, kids.
Today, I'm going to read a book called Africa is My Home. It is written by Monica Edinger and illustrated by Robert Bard. First, I'm going to start with a poem. No one comes home. That is what they told me. No one. Once you go to the white man's land, that is where you stay, forever. But they were wrong. I did come back to Africa. I did come home. That poem is very moving. Okay, so here is a map of Africa. At the top, the yellow part you see is the desert, and at the bottom, the green part you see is a forest. There you can see the river Nile, and there is Mendeland. And you will understand why I'm talking about that when I start reading the story. I was born in Mendeland, West Africa, one of the greenest places on earth. Shiny green palm trees surrounded my village, so tall I was certain that they touched the sky. Are you sure anything touches the sky? Every day, my sisters and I walked along paths lined with green bamboo, past green rice fields, to bathe in a river full of green and pink water lilies. We ate tiny green bananas, juicy green pineapple, and the tart green mangoes my oldest brother brought us after climbing a shady mango tree. What's your favorite? Bananas, pineapple, or mangoes? And the creatures. There were green butterflies, green parrots, green ducks, and those deadly green mamba snakes. There's a lot of green here. There are. Let's say them together. Green bamboo, green rice fields, river full of green and pink water lilies, tiny green bananas, juicy green pineapple, and tart green mangoes, and green butterflies, green parrots, green ducks, and deadly green mamba snakes. When I was growing up, all this green was nothing special. It was just where I lived, my home, until I was 9 years old. It was a bad time. I remember that. Let's see what happens. The rice was long gone, the mango tree empty, and we had nothing. The littlest children were listless from hunger, their bellies bloated in emptiness. Our elders, that's the older people in the village, could barely move. We ate leaves, bark, anything we could find. Can you imagine eating leaves and bark? Wow. 2 babies had already died, and we feared that more would before the rains began. Scary. Daughter, my father said, there is a man in our village. He has rice to give us on one condition, that you go to him as a pawn. You will work for his family, fetch water, care for his children, help with the cooking, whatever they need you to do. At the next harvest, I will return what I owe, and you will come home. So it has to be. Wow, they have to take her away to live in someone's home, acting like a servant, and she's only 9 years old. Wow. Yes, so it had to be. More would die otherwise. The harvest wasn't that far off. I could bear being away from home till then. But then the slave trader saw me, and the man became greedy. My father begged and pleaded for more time, but they offered much more than he would ever be able to pay. What did they care about, father and daughter? About taking a young girl from her family, her village, her home? For them, I was just something to buy and something to sell. My mother was beyond understanding. Sobbing, she held me tight until the traders pulled me away. Away from my family, my village, my home. Look at them. They are fighting over who she should take them. The mother wants to take her back home, but the slave traders want to take her to make her a slave. Wow. It is hard to imagine, harder to remember. One moment I was doing my work as a pawn, waiting for the day when I would be back home. And the next moment I was in a line of captives headed for the coast. There were men who had been snatched on their way to the rice fields, women who had been kidnapped right out of their houses at night, and children who had been pawned, like me. We walked for days and days, passing people going about their lives as we had only days before. Girls with calabashes, which are like bowls, full of water on their heads, women washing in rivers, men working in fields, and boys climbing trees. Everyone and everything made me think of home, of my mother, my sisters and brothers, even my father. I cried myself to sleep thinking of them. That must be very, very sad for her. Can you imagine someone taking you away and making you a slave from your home, from your family? Can you imagine that? I can't. Here's a picture of the slaves making their journey away from their home. After many days, we came to the coast, to Lomboko. What are those strange people who look like ghosts? I asked the others. They shrugged and spoke of magic and places far away. Every day I woke thinking, today the ghosts are going to come and eat me. It will be today. One day the ghost did come for me, but not to eat. Instead they brought us to the sea, a terrible moving blue thing I had never seen before. We were imprisoned in barracoons like this one. I sobbed as we were pushed into the canoes, trembled when we came to the slave ship, and despaired as we boarded and went down into the dark hold. And so I left Africa, and so I left my home. How sad is that, kids? That must be very, very heartbreaking. It took 7 weeks. 7 weeks in a dark and airless hold. 7 weeks of heaving ocean. 7 weeks of chains and shackles. 7 weeks of sobs and cries. 7 weeks of pain and suffering. Oh dear. did you guys learn? Because I learned that we shouldn't take other people for granted, and we can't just say, oh, you can have this or you can have that. Not just with people, but with things that you own. You have to take care of your stuff, kids. Thank you for watching today. I hope you enjoyed the music Little J played earlier, and I hope you enjoyed this song, this book called Africa is My Home. Thank you. See you. Bye.